Good day, Class 9. We come back to Political Science, Chapter 3, Constitutional Design. We will move to page 45. The making of the Indian Constitution. India's Constitution was framed under very difficult situations and circumstances. India is a huge and diverse country. Therefore, the making of the Constitution was not an easy affair. People were subject to kings and the British. But now, in independent India, their status had changed to that of citizens. India was partitioned on the basis of religious differences, India and Pakistan. During the partition, about 10 lakh people were killed on both sides due to violence. The merger of princely states was difficult and uncertain, but it was done peacefully. When the Constitution was being framed, the future of India did not look secure as it does today. The path of the Constitution, although surrounded with all these difficulties, there was one big advantage for the framers. They did not have to create a consensus about what a democratic India should look. This was achieved during the freedom struggle. These struggles were to transform our society and politics. Though there were sharp differences about the path India should take after independence, yet some basic ideas had come to be accepted by all. In 1928, some members of the Congress drafted a constitution for India. In 1931, a resolution at the Karachi session of the INC dealt with on how independent India's constitution should look like. Both these documents upheld the universal adult franchise, right to freedom and equality, protecting the rights of minorities in the Constitution of independent India. The leaders were familiar with political institutions under colonial rule. The British had introduced weak legislatures which were not fully democratic. The experience gained proved to be very useful for the country in setting up its own institutions. Years of thinking and discussions on the framework of the Constitution had another benefit. Many of our leaders were inspired by the French Revolution. The parliamentary democracy in Britain and the Bill of Rights in the US. Socialism in Russia, too, inspired many Indians to think of shaping a system based on social and economic equality. But questions were still asked. Long discussions took place, which contributed to the making of our Constitution. The Constituent Assembly, the drafting of the Constitution was done by an assembly of elected representatives called the Constituent Assembly. The Assembly adopted the Constitution on 26th November 1949, but it came into effect on 26th January 1950. Therefore, 26th January is celebrated as Republic Day. The usual question asked is, why should we accept the Constitution made by the Assembly? Many times this question comes to our mind. First, the Constitution does not reflect the ideas and views of its members only. It expresses a broad consensus of its time. 2. Many groups have raised questions on some provisions of the Constitution. Underline this. But none has ever questioned the legitimacy of the Constitution. Next, the Constituent Assembly represented the people of India. The members were chosen by existing provincial legislatures. This ensured a fair geographical share of members from all the regions of India. Though the INC dominated the assembly, that most of the members of the Constituent Assembly were from the Indian National Congress. So we tend to come to the conclusion that it was the will of the Congress members that should prevail. But no. And how did this happen? Why did this happen? It says, itself included a variety of political groups and opinions, meaning that the INC itself had a variety of political groups and opinions. The Assembly had many members who did not agree with the Congress. The Assembly was represented by members from different language groups, castes, classes, religions, and occupations. Lastly, the manner in which the Constituent Assembly worked gives sanctity to the Constitution. These members worked day and night. They worked in a systematic, open, and consensual manner. A draft constitution was prepared. Several rounds of thorough discussions took place, clause by clause. More than 2,000 amendments were made. It took 114 days of thorough discussion over 3 years. Finally, the Constitution was framed. Let us move to the guiding values of the Indian Constitution. We must begin by understanding the overall philosophy of the Constitution. We must read the preamble to the Constitution, for it tells us about the Constitution and its own philosophy. First, dream and promise. Gandhiji was not a member of the assembly, but through his magazine, Young India, in 1931, he made known what he wanted the Constitution to do: eliminate inequality. However, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had a different understanding of how inequalities could be removed. Gandhiji was criticized by him. Second, philosophy of the Constitution. Values that inspired and guided the freedom struggle formed the foundation for India's democracy. These values are clearly mentioned in the preamble to the Constitution. They guide all the articles of the Indian Constitution. It contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. It provides a standard to examine and evaluate any law and action of government. It is the soul of the Constitution. We will read the preamble of our Constitution. You are to learn the preamble by heart. It is on page 51. Let us move to the last topic of this chapter: institutional design. A constitution is not a statement of values and philosophy. A constitution is mainly about embodying these values into institutional arrangements. The Indian Constitution is a very long and detailed document. It needs to be amended quite regularly to keep it updated. It has been in accordance with the people's aspiration and changes in society. It was not seen as sacred, static, and or you can say unalterable. Provisions were made to incorporate changes from time to time. These changes are called constitutional amendments. The Indian Constitution lays down a procedure for choosing persons to govern the country and defines who will have how much power to take which decisions. It puts limits to what the government can do by providing some rights to the citizens that cannot be violated. Now, students, on page 52 are some keywords with their meanings. Go through them, read them, write them down if you want. It will be better. Now, there's a little advice for you. You must watch these two videos 3 to 4 times. But boys and girls, make sure that you do that in intervals, not continuously. Because sir said you must watch each video 3-4 times, so you carry on watching. No. Sir is also saying this, that whenever you watch a video 3 to 4 times, make sure it is watched at intervals, different intervals. There should be a break of at least 2 to 3 hours, so that you will protect your eyes.